Hello all you little demons, Jules here for WhatCulture.com. And now, usually when it comes to Hollywood actors, they like to keep their mouths shut about upcoming films apart from trying to promote them because after all, they're usually in them and they want them to do well. But sometimes, well, the cracks start to show and it ain't pretty, my friends. So let's take a look at them. As I'm Jules, this is WhatCulture.com, and these are 10 actors who already hate upcoming movies. Number 10, Christian Navarro, The Little Mermaid. In the first of two Disney live-action kind of remakes that they love to do at the moment on this list, we start with The Little Mermaid, which wrapped shooting last summer for release in May 2023. Though the casting of black actress Halle Bailey as Ariel caused hand-wringing from all the bloody usual suspects, for the most part the inclusive colourblind casting was well received by fans. Yet actor Christian Navarro, best known for his role on 13 Reasons Why, felt that Disney didn't go far enough, lamenting the casting of a white actor as Ariel's love interest Prince Eric. Navarro said in a since-deleted 2019 Instagram post, "Literally Disney saw a who's who list of actors of colour and still went with the white guy. So much for diversity. I guess two brown leads would have tanked the movie, right? Boring." Navarro also followed up with an also deleted post on his now deactivated Twitter account saying, "Just came back to say after months of seeing every person of colour they could think of for the role of Prince Eric, Disney somehow still cast a white guy. I guess diversity is just a word, and that's Hollywood. One brown person is enough, two brown leads is unthinkable." Number 9, John Boyega, Rebel Ridge. So last May, John Boyega started filming a project called Rebel Ridge, but exited the project midway through shooting, citing family issues. However, those on set also said that he had a lot of creative differences with the writing and especially the script. This led to production being shut down while a replacement for Boyega, the lead in the film, was sought. Aaron Pierre was ultimately hired to replace him, with shooting set to resume soon at considerable cost to Netflix. Needless to say, if the reports of Boyega balking at revisions to the script are true, enough to make him quit the film while deep in the shoot, that's a pretty emphatic vote of no confidence against it. Yikes. Number 8, Joshua Malina, Lethal Weapon 5. So late last year, Mel Gibson announced that he would not only be starring but directing a 5th installment in the buddy cop franchise of Lethal Weapon, which sparked a ton of outrage online, seeing as he basically didn't seem to be the best fit for the role, plus his views on cancel culture have not really endeared him to the internet at large. One of the loudest voices to chime in was the West Wing and Scandal star Joshua Malina, a Jewish actor who took issue with Gibson, who has made anti-Semitic remarks in the past and seemed to be rewarded for it by getting gigs like this. Malina wrote an extensive essay on the subject and said, "Gibson is a well-known Jew hater. His prejudices are well documented. So my question is, what does a guy have to do these days to get put on Hollywood's no-fly list? If Gibson is welcome back to direct the latest installment of this beloved franchise, it may be time to stop publishing think pieces about the power of cancel culture. Because if he can continue to find big bucks and approbation in Hollywood, cancel culture simply does not exist. The fact that this does not seem to bother Warner Brothers executives makes me wonder if to them, Jews don't count." Clearly, Malina won't be lining up to watch Lethal Weapon 5 when it drops, and honestly, who can bloody blame him? Number 7, John Leguizamo, Mario. It is still blowing my brain that there will be a new Mario movie in the near future, because we all remember the 1993 disaster piece that was the Mario Brothers movie, because it is seared into my brain for all of time, but still, kind of glad it's happening, if only to wash it away like a sorbet experience. But one person who is not happy about that is John Leguizamo, because by far the most contentious pick was that of Mario himself, who will be voiced by the rather left-field choice of Chris Pratt. Now, talent isn't so much of an issue here as suitability. Why cast the totally unremarkable-sounding Pratt to play a character as literally animated and vocally distinctive as Mario? One actor to chime in on the discussion was the great John Leguizamo, who of course played Luigi in the 1993 adaptation. Though he admittedly had no inherent qualms with the reboot of Mario, he expressed major concerns over the film's mostly white central casting, what with Charlie Day additionally cast to play Luigi. He went on to tweet, "Too bad they went all white. No Latinx in the leads. Groundbreaking colorblind casting in original. Plus, I'm the only one who knows how to make this movie work script-wise." Number 6, Julia Sawalha, Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget. Now, if I'm being honest, there are plenty of reasons to be excited about this Chicken Run sequel because, let's face it, stop motion stuff, I absolutely drink it up. I love it. Plus Aardman, big love for those guys, based down in Bristol where I used to work. Stopped by the studio all the time. good. I'm getting sidetracked here, but yeah, I'm very, very excited. Now, while it wasn't exactly a surprise that controversy magnate Mel Gibson wasn't invited to portray male lead Rocky, it was more of a surprise that Julia Sawalha wasn't offered to reprise the role of female lead Ginger. She broke the news herself on social media, expressing frustration and upset that the sequel's creatives had considered her voice too old. She said, "The reason given was that his voice is now too old. I feel I've been fobbed off with the same excuse. I went to great lengths to prove to the production that my voice is nigh on the same as it was in the original film. If they will be using some of the original cast members, let's be frank, I feel they have been unfairly dismissed. To say I am devastated and furious would be an understatement." Number 5, Cary Elwes, The Princess Bride remake. So back in 2019, rumours began circulating that Sony Pictures was going to be remaking The Princess Bride. I mean, what a film, but of course, with such a beloved tale as this, of course, there were going to be some people going against it. So while it remains to be seen whether or not this remake actually goes into production, and knowing Hollywood, it definitely will, original star Cary Elwes, who played Hero Wesley in the 1987 film, opined that remaking The Princess Bride would basically be tantamount to sacrilege. He said, "There's a shortage of perfect movies in this world. It would be a pity to damage this one." Now, while it's up for debate as to whether or not bad remakes destroy the original overall, it is very easy to get behind this sentiment. And to be honest, I'm in this same boat. I wouldn't want them to touch that. It's a perfect film. He's totally right there. Number 4, Tom Holland, Uncharted. The moment that Tom Holland was announced to be the lead in the new Uncharted film, the internet kind of had a bit of a meltdown because of the fact that there were some that were just saying that he's just a hot actor, and I mean that in every sense of the word, taking up a position that should have gone to maybe somebody else, whereas other people were just saying, yeah, cool, why is Tom Holland Nathan Drake exactly? He's way too young. And it seems that Tom Holland himself isn't exactly enamored with the project, because in an interview with GQ last year, he was shockingly blunt in criticizing his work on Uncharted and didn't seem massively enthused with the film itself either. He said, "As soon as you start worrying about, do I look good in this shot, acting becomes something other than playing a character. I think there are elements of my performance in Uncharted where I kind of fell under that spell of being, I want to look good now, I want this to be my cool moment. I had to play this very, very tough, very stoic guy, basically be Mark Wahlberg. My character is supposed to be a action hero in this moment. Look, I haven't seen it, so I don't know if I succeed in that, but it was an important lesson learned because at times it was less about land a mark and go through this scene and more about land a mark, stand like this and see my bulging biceps. It was a mistake and is something I will probably never do again." Number 3, Peter Dinklage, Snow White. So Disney is about to start shooting its brand new Snow White live action project and made a lot of headlines recently for casting a Latina actress in the lead. But this didn't sit too kindly with Peter Dinklage apparently, who felt that Disney were hypocritical in patting themselves on the back all while telling a story that is, in its bones, deeply regressive in its depiction of dwarfs. In a recent episode on the WTF podcast, Dinklage said, "Literally no offense to anyone, but I was a little taken aback when Disney were very proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White, but you're still telling the story of Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. Take a step back and look at what you're doing there. It makes no sense to me. You're progressive in one way, but then you're still making that fucking backward story about 7 dwarfs living in a cave together. What the fuck are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough." And the Hollywood Reporter also confirmed that Disney are approaching the dwarves by making them CGI, meaning that they're actually taking away jobs from people who could have actually played them in the project should they have wanted to. There's a lot going on there that doesn't make sense, right? Number 2, Johnny Depp, Fantastic Beasts, The Secret of Dumbledore. I mean, he got fired from the job, and yeah. Still got paid all of his, 10 to 16 million pounds for his work, but under a ton of headlines and negative press against him. Probably not going to enjoy the project. And number 1, Patrick Schwarzenegger, Indiana Jones 5. Now, there is, in fairness, a lot of skepticism about the upcoming new Indiana Jones movie that, yes, will see Harrison Ford, who is now 79, return as Indiana Jones. And my God, maybe this franchise should just be heading out into the sun right now because I personally am not very excited about it. And neither is Arnold Schwarzenegger's son. Yes, that's right, Patrick Schwarzenegger, son of Arnold, expressed doubt over the sequel's formal announcement last year, stating, "I love Indiana Jones, but I'm just not sure about this." And this led to him getting into a Twitter barmy with Elijah Wood, who then replied, "Not sure about what exactly? The mighty force of Phoebe Waller-Bridge? The brilliant James Mangold?" Schwarzenegger clarified that, like like many fans, he just wasn't thrilled about the prospect of another film in the franchise. Fingers crossed, obviously, that James Mangold pulls this off, but it's also quite easy to appreciate his pessimism here. And there we go, my friends. Those were 10 actors who already hate upcoming movies. I hope that you enjoyed that, and please let me know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. As always, I've been Jules. You can go follow me over on Twitter at RetroJ with a 0, or you can swing by Live and Let's Dice, where I do all of my streaming outside of work, and it'd be great to see you over there. But before I go, I just want to say one thing. I hope you're treating yourself well with love and respect, my friend, because sometimes we can be put in situations where we know they're not going to have the ideal outcome. We know they're going to be a struggle to get through, and it can be very, very demoralizing. But I promise you, if you dig deep within yourself, treat yourself with that love and respect, and remember to just be kind to yourself, you will come out the other side and be able to live a healthy and happy life. Everyone goes through some tough times, but I promise you, you are not alone. All right, you can do this. As always, I've been Jules. You have been awesome. Never forget that. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.